Boom, it's that time. Guess what? Today is Tuesday, and I got something new. Something new I'm gonna do on Tuesdays, and I call it my Top 10 Tuesdays. I bought a book from Barnes & Noble, and it was like my top 10 list. And it's a whole book of top 10s, and I'm gonna start filling that out, and we're gonna have some fun on Top 10 Tuesdays. So welcome to Unblock Yourself. We're getting out of our way of our mind, body, spirit, finances, and social interactions. And today, my top 10, since it's Top 10 Tuesday, my top 10 is feeling successful. And I have a few books here and some things I just wanted to talk to you today about unblocking yourself and getting some things in your head to help you feel successful. So my top 10 for feeling successful, and these are not in order of importance to me. It's just as I came up with it, that's how it came. So, and the best is last. So the first one, to help you feel successful, be intentional on what you do. One book that I read that was awesome from one of my favorite mentors, because I'm on the John Maxwell team. John Maxwell is, boom, intentional living. Really good. So be intentional in the things that you do. Don't just let life just float along. I mean, that's good to, be breezy. But seriously, if you want to make things happen for yourself, you need to be intentional on the things that you do. And when you're interacting with people, one thing that you need to do is always, now this is for me now, feeling successful, I'll try to think win-win. What's going to be beneficial for them and beneficial for me? Think win-win. A whole section of that is part of the 7 Habits for Highly Effective People from Stephen Covey. 7 Habits. Think win-win. Since you're going to be interacting with people, another thing is just to, connect where people will like you. And one of my favorite books is, boom, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. This is a really good book. I've probably read this about 300, 400, 500 times. I listen to the audiobook whenever, especially when I'm about to go somewhere. I try to brush up on it. If I'm going to a new place, say if I'm going to Texas or Michigan or something, and I'm about to meet a whole bunch of different people for the first time, this is a good one. All right, another thing. You want to be intentional, you want to connect with people, you want to think win-win, and you also want to be able to work and communicate your purpose. If you're working with people, you want to communicate your purpose, your why, and that's one of my favorite books. Boom, Simon Sinek, Start With Why. Start With Why really helps you to be able to express yourself where they'll understand and want to get on board too. So when you're interacting with people and you're doing your thing, what you want to do is, if you're putting a team together, or even if you're working by yourself, you want to work according to your strengths. According to your strengths. And one of my favorite books to learn what your strengths are, I bet you already have an understanding of what your strengths are, but how they work with others and their strengths. So, like me and my wife, we complement each other. We don't have the same strengths, so the things that I'm good at, she's able to utilize them. And the things that she's good at, I'm able to utilize that to make us a whole better team, a whole better person, if you want to say the Banks person. But one of my favorite books is StrengthsFinder. And once you get your personality down or your strengths, you can say, okay, I can play these things to my advantage. And if you see somebody else with some strengths that you lack, you know how to interact with them to get them on your team, to get them to do what you need to get done. Boom. So, StrengthsFinder is always a good one. Another one is to be intentional and use your time wisely. Using the Pareto rule says that, 80% of our day, only 20% of it is productive. The 80-20 rule. Actually, I do have that book right here. It's called The 80-20 Principle by Richard Kopp. Right there. But what I listened to when I first came was the 4-hour work week. How to use your time, really wisely. You don't have to sit behind a desk all day. I can pretty much work from anywhere unless I physically have to be there. But most of my work most of the things that I'm good at doesn't require me to be sitting behind a desk. One thing I just started this book yesterday, and I'll be finished with it today. But Ikigai. Now, you are using your time wisely, and you're enjoying this whole thing is about. It says there, giving everyday meaning. Giving every day some meaning and some joy, getting that from it, getting value out of every day, and getting value out of the little things that you do that's making you happy. That's one, you're living a successful life if you're happy with your life. Another thing is dressing for success. Whatever you feel success looks like, start dressing that way. A lot of people say, man, I just want a tuxedo. Well, wear that to work every day if that's what's making you successful. Feel successful. Whatever makes you feel successful, that's what you need to start doing. Not saying that you are, a millionaire, but success is you working according to your purpose, and whatever that looks like, that's what you need to be doing. This is out of my vision book. Now, these are some suits and some looks that I like, and it's like this: a blue suit with some khakis. And if you look at me, blue suit, khakis. Well, not a suit, but hey, close to that look. So, dress accordingly. Dress for your success, okay? And here. Well, before this, what you're listening to? What are you telling yourself? What are you pouring into yourself? What you're listening to? That makes a difference in how you feel in your success. If you're listening to a lot of depressing music, then you're probably going to feel depressed. But if you're listening to something that's just like, can't nobody stop me, and you feel like, can't nobody stop me, there you go. Pump yourself up. Listen to music that motivates you, okay? So, that's number 9. 10, read and pray God's word. Now, remember what I was talking about yesterday about having the source in you. It's hard to interact with the source of life if you have no dealings with the source of life. And the way you interact with the source of life is to pray and read. Reading is a lot. That's out of everything that you can do, reading can help you the most probably. And that's how I even came up with my favorite book by my favorite author, Jeff Banks. But that all came from reading and praying and just really, you know, I can't say that I'm successful because I'm probably not in your eyes, but I feel successful. And if I feel successful, to me, I am. And I hope that you are too. So those are my top 10 for this Tuesday. Top 10 Tuesdays here at my studio. Hopefully you'll one day sit in the chair with me and we can talk about your top 10 too. But I want you guys to have an awesome day. Feel successful, look successful, listen to successful things, be intentional, use your time wisely, and all of us just crush this day, all right? And this week.